Greetings everyone, and Gage here with another Advanced Wars not by web, Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn north side as the purple Gage, we got Tschjo. Spawn south side as the blue Penny, we got ari32. Gage is of course buffed from the cartridge counterpart. It has standard boarding cost 2 radius 30 60 60. All units get plus 10. Ground units and Navy units get additional 10% defense. Indirect units and naval units gets plus 1% offense. And the CO unit himself gets plus 1% offense, so his CO unit can get turbo buffed, but he can still be loaded up into a tank and still get plus 20, actually plus 30, plus 20 in total. Quite a bit actually. And for his superpower, does of course makes all that global. Also, indirect units get plus 2 max range. And he of course is slightly buffed from the cartridge counterpart. Has 53, 30, 60, 60. Has plus 15 in her CO zone, while all units, regardless of if it's CO zone or not, are unaffected by weather. Additionally, her superpower now is guaranteed for 3 turns of weather. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. I haven't really cast too many Gage games, so this will be quite fun. Penny is somehow a top tier CO. She doesn't seem like much, but 3 turns of weather is actually quite absurd. Because when it comes to weather, here are the stats for the weather. Sandstorms makes your opponent have 30% less offense for 3 turns, so that's quite significant. Or make your opponent have -1 movement for 3 turns. That is quite important. And rainy. All units vision becomes 1 and all tiles become 0 and forces fog of war. This is better when you're not in a fog of war game. For Gage, I would recommend him deploy out probably more flares rather than recons, just so in case rain pops up, he has ways to spot in rain. You can mitigate it by just sort of change your playstyle in fog of war. Of course, when it comes to non-fog of war games, getting blindsided by rain is going to cause huge issues, because for 3 turns, you just not enough time to get multiple flares out and in position to make them useful. So rain is particularly nasty in not fog of war games. This map does have a pair of comm towers, which currently Gage is capturing up his, and he's not currently capturing up hers. And wait, is there no airport on this map? Oh, there's airports in the corner. This area is traversable. If you look here, you got the plain, shore into cities, so this is traversable land. Penny has loaded herself up into a recon that has Mr. Bear Advisor. And Gage has spotted a tank or artillery piece. He could load himself into artillery piece for absurd firepower. But I think a tank will generally be a little bit better. It's easier to move around and get CO charge if you're in a tank. You've got another artillery piece and recon. Nice little first strike there, giving some power charge. Another tank and a mech down here with the infantry unit. And looks like Gage loaded himself up to a recon. This recon will have a decent amount of stats, plus 55% offense, plus 45% defense. And we do got a battle copter here. Looks like Penny does find an infantry unit there, does retaliate, and finish it off. These 2 cities will be captured. Right now, Gage has 15,000 income, Penny has 18. Making to swipe to, looks like 3 more properties next turn. 4 actually. Looks like Penny's doing a great job in the capturing game. Gage just claims 5 properties this turn. Artillery piece, both of these in hiding spots, and can retaliate upon them. But this could be quite nice for Gage this turn, depends how Penny moves. Will Mr. Bear advise Penny in a good manner or in a bad manner? Let's find out. Try to flip this property there. Got a mech infantry tank. Oh, 2 artillery pieces. Both of these artillery pieces in range. Just needs a bit of spotting for one. Does get a good shot there. I wonder how... let's see. Can do 88% damage against that bike. Finish off the 1 health unit there. Spots the other units there. Gets some good shots. Interrupts zone capture there. We'll continue to zoom it with the bike. Not sure using the artillery to strike that 1 health unit was the most optimal. Does at least get that artillery piece of 1 level of efficiency. Anti-air nukes the battlecopter, but it's in range of the artillery piece, so at least is good for Gage. But of course, it is always good to trade an anti-air for a battlecopter. Battlecopters will cost more than anti-airs. Any battlecopter over here. We got a missile deployed in the field. While Gage the indirect specialist, his anti-airs are perfectly adequate and normal. I don't think the missile's a great option. It's going to be a little bit overkill unless he's going to try to get the superpower going, which he is almost halfway there, and get a +2 range to strike something. It's possibly being useful, but generally I do not advise missiles, and I think that's generally the sentiment with most players. But they can be nice, especially when you're fighting against Mengs. Battlecopter, tank, recon, infantry. Penny's now at 35 energy. She's getting some pretty good power charge there. She won't get her power this turn, but she will get pretty close. And Penny, she can start snowballing with her superpowers. Some good strikes there. Gage is at 55 energy, so his +2 range on his missile could be useful. Possible CEO power next turn. His recon does have 55 extra % defense right now, so it is quite durable. And Penny now pops in range, so now Gage is down to 1 vision range. He has no flares on the map, so this is going to be a bit of a problem. Takes out the gunboat. We may see Gage superpower this turn. Right now, Penny starts a turn, or ends a turn for 123,000. Gage starts a turn 91, so Penny has a pretty good advantage. Missile, by default right now, is in range of the battlecopter, just out of vision range, which is a problem. And there's superpower available for Gage. Will he go for it? Does pop it. So now all of his artillery pieces do have a pretty good firepower bonus at 35%. He knows... Wait a second. Battlecopter... No, he's out of vision range. Even if he... Battlecopters can't hide, but they can't... They still have to be in vision range in order to be spotted, which it is. And picks off the battlecopter. Very good. So the missile did its job. Still has not paid for itself now, because battlecopters are 9,000. Missiles are, what, 12? Or 1,200? 12,000? Blah. Tank, infantry, anti-air, battlecopter, or T-copter. Does spot the artillery piece there as well as the missile. Goes for the strike on the artillery piece because the missile provides no real threat. Get some good picks there. The command recon is in artillery range of the artillery, but it's out of vision, of course. Uses the artillery piece to scout there. That's a little bit desperate. Get some good strikes over here. Mech. Of course, Penny's command tank is down, so she cannot get her superpower available. Gage should still be dealing with one more turn of rain. There's a good strike there on the artillery piece. Gage's right flank is basically disintegrated. Left flank he's doing quite well in. He ended turn right now. It's 111 on the field versus 99 before day to day. Good strike on the command recon. Got a couple of these artillery pieces in range, so it looks like your Gage is doing quite well with this artillery piece in the rain. Gets more power charge going. It's 38 energy. Command recon moved over here. Now at 48 energy. Possible superpower next turn. All depends if Penny enters the radius there. But of course, this is the last turn fighting the rain. He drops a capture. Gets a good strike there. And tank finished it off. Tank, T-copter, tank, bike. When it comes to data income, Penny does have 27,000 versus 23,000, which is quite significant. Command recon pushed forward, finished off that unit, gets a great strike there. Missiles in Days of Ruin has, of course, a minimum range of 3. That battlecopter is out of range. Great hits there. Getting a lot of good damage done. Gage can pull out his superpower this turn. Or can potentially get it, deploy it, but maybe gotta just hold it. Mech up there. He's good strikes, he's out that tank there. Artillery piece falls back a little bit. Nice thing as well with +2 range, it can pull back, get repairs, and then fire with a superpower. No superpower this turn since he has moved to command recon, but possibly can get picked off here. Missile does fall back a little bit. It can, of course, utilize +2 range to get, of course, good range. It looks like the command recon will go down this turn. Does get within the minimum range of the missile there. Allows though the ATR is in range. But go ahead and start focusing turn by turn. Then have the autoplay turned on. Command recon straight forward, so Penny's redeployed her command unit. Getting some energy at the moment. Anti-air, tank, battlecopter, bike. So it looks like the command tank will not, or command recon will not go down this turn. He may just pop it this turn. Let's figure out. Yep, he does pop his superpower. The missile finish off that battlecopter. Finish off that battlecopter. Lots of good headway by Gage. We'll try to flip that proper there. Good strike on the command tank. Another mech. A lot of 1 health units for Penny. Penny starts the turn with 89,000. Gage ends the turn with 114. Good strike over here. Thanks to the superpower, he got a little extra defense in this battle couple while he survived the shot from the anti-air. And he has an autopilot duster and a couple tanks on the field as well as an infantry unit. Battle couple heads down south. Trying to flip that property there. Good shot. Mech gets a good shot there. Finish off that 1 unit. Another mech. Anti-air. And tank. He's at 31 energy, but she may pull back command the recon a little bit. She's pretty close for it, easy to be focused on by these tanks. Good shots on the artillery pieces. This one will be out of range and needs a superpower to be in range. And Penny makes a pretty good counterattack on the left flank. The right flank is a little bit weakened. Duster and Battlecopter pushing up to north support. She sells her gunboat to protect her HQ and got a full medium tank here. Tank and flare. Gage getting some good hits there on the outlying units. ATR finish off the Battlecopter. This artillery piece can move to the city in order to help protect the HQ artillery. That did it with the other artillery piece. Got another mech, tank, bike, and Battlecopter. Finish off that wounded unit there. Duster moving around the left side. Good strike there on the Battlecopter. Finish off there with the infantry. Command recon falls back. Battlecopter is in range of the anti-air, so will go down. Gage's command tank is at 3 health, soon to be 5. At 37 energy is possible. Superpower this turn? Let's see. There's 10, 20, but I don't think you can pop a superpower enough this turn. No, not enough units near in a CO zone currently. Recon does go down there. Does merge that 1 health Battlecopter, get the efficiency to the full health Battlecopter. Very nice. Mech, tank, Battlecopter, infantry. And he starts the turn with 90,000 versus Gage 132. No CO unit on the field for her. May CO. Oh, CO's the anti-air. Finish off the Battlecopter there with the Duster. Good strike on the artillery piece. Flare push away forward. Gets a great strike there on the mech. Goes for tank, Battlecopter. Medium tanks push away forward to stabilize this region. Tank, infantry. Gage has a superpower available. He may just pop it. Let's figure out. And does pop it, so now all of his indirect units have increased range. But looks like maybe this just needs artillery pieces to be able to get stuff in range. Does get trapped there. The artillery piece decides not to take a shot there, but a bit of spotting could have. Also, you will have a decent amount of extra defensive work with him this turn. Plus 35%. I Penny's charging up a decent amount of power charge at 48. She already moves a CO unit this turn, so she won't be able to pop it this turn, but she has enough for a superpower, which can be very devastating. Very devastating for 3 turns, and more precisely. And the anti-air is on a city, so it's going to need to be spotted first as well. Right now, I think Sandstorm would be quite good for her, though rain and snow are not bad either. She still has superior income though at the moment, 28,000 versus 22,000, so Gage is doing quite well. Some good shots to some of these units. Does spot the command anti-air. Merges there. Thing as well, she will have to spend the turn of the command anti-air to get that battlecopter, but I think it'd be a good idea. Yeah, pops it, get some snow. Now everything his opponent has will move 1 tile less this turn. Wait, did that Duster just take damage from the battlecopter? I didn't think battlecopters can retaliate against Dusters. Or was just always at 3 health? I thought it was at 4 health. I'm not sure what I was thinking. Sorry, I think I just was not paying attention to that. Anti-air tank. Good strike there on the tank. Battlecopter and bike with tank anti-air. Takes out the battlecopter with a missile. The missile has been very effective so far. It has scored 3 kills so far this game, so it has paid for itself. Needs to scare 2 battlecopter kills to more than pay for itself. Duster, tank, bike, infantry. Penny's turn. The snow will last for another 2 more turns, which will give her plenty of time to get extra power charge to get her next superpower available. You already see she's already almost halfway there. This is where she can snowball. She can call some constant weather, which will give your opponent a permanent debuff, global debuff. And every single form of weather is good. At least good for Penny. Takes up the battle or Duster. Good strike on the medium tank. Medium tank appears to be running low on ammo. Finish off some of these outlying units. Medium tank almost down. Good kill there. Right now, Penny does have another medium tank and a battle coming through, but a lot of efficiency here. Of course, got the missile. We'll be able to protect some of these guys, though. Flare fired. Man AA takes out the mech. Takes out that unit there. Penny's making great headway in the left flank. Picks off a good number of users. She has 4 energy left to get her superpower. Very easy to get. Plus, she doesn't have to pop immediately. There's still more snow falling. And the snow is sticking. Anti-air, tank, and a rocket. Going to try to stabilize the region for rocket. I think it'd be better to go for anti-tank instead. Push way forward. Going to overrun that medium tank. It emerges there. And does manage to pick off another battlecopter with a missile. Missile's down to 2 ammo. Plenty, probably. If a missile runs out of ammo, it's done very good work. And now we got rain being summoned. Now, Gage will be completely blind. I just realized something as well. The rain also does appear to be negatively affect her own properties because all of her units don't all of her units do have good don't get affected by rain, but her properties still get reduced vision range, so there's still a little bit of a negative there for Rain for Penny. Got Mutant Tank, Battlecopter, Flare, Infantry. And now you can see Gage is completely blind. The missile out of range. 44 energy, so possibly can pop the superpower in order to get that missile in range of the Battlecopter. May want to start eyeing that. Does get subtracted there. Great shot there. Bomber. I didn't realize he built a bomber. It looks like Gage is going to be pulling back out of the region. Does not pop the superpower, and Gage does resign. I thought for our time frame he was going to win. By the way, this was a great game, this Grade saying. Thank you for watching, and on to next replay.